Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making a braided glazed salmon. Now the braiding technique creates a beautiful and impressive presentation, while the salmon itself is rich in omega-3s, vitamins, and minerals. Altogether, this creates a truly elegant dish. So let's get started. So before we get started, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video just like this one. And now, first things first, we have to prepare the ingredients we need for our braided glazed salmon. The best thing about this recipe is that it doesn't require much. We start off by getting the zest of one large lemon. And with that same lemon, you want to chop that in half for using its juice later on in the recipe. Next, we're going to need one large yellow onion that we're going to remove the root and the stem as well as the outer peel, and then create slices along the length of the onion. We're going to take another lemon and this time cut this lemon into round slices along the length as well. These lemon and onion slices will be used to create the base for our dish, ultimately making our salmon super tender. We're also going to need about 2 tablespoons worth of parsley, so you want to get that fresh and then use a sharp knife to cut that down into small bite-sized pieces. Now on to making the glaze for our salmon. We're going to need 1/3 cups worth of pure maple syrup, 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 3 tablespoons worth of spiced rum, 1 garlic clove that you're going to smash initially to get rid of the outer peel and then chop up into bite-sized pieces, adding that to the same bowl as well. 1½ teaspoons of onion powder, as well as ½ teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1½ teaspoons of paprika, and finally ½ teaspoon's worth of red chili flakes. And for a special touch to really bring out that flavor, we're going to add the juice of that lemon we cut earlier into the bowl. Whisk these ingredients initially just to get them combined as much as you can. The butter is not melted yet, but trust the process. This makes for one amazing glaze. Add this mix to a large saucepan or pot set over medium heat, or 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. And whisk this until all the butter is melted and the ingredients have combined. Allow this to reach a boil and allow it to boil for about 1 to 2 minutes before removing it from the heat, stirring it as it boils. Set this glaze aside to cool down towards room temperature. Now, the star of our dish, we're going to need 2½ pounds worth of Atlantic salmon, preferably with the skin removed. You want to place the salmon onto a working surface, remove any skin, and pat the salmon dry. You can also try asking the fish market to skin the salmon for you. To braid this, we're going to take a sharp knife and create 3 large slices of the salmon lengthwise, starting about 2 to 3 inches down from the top flattest end of the salmon fillet. The 3 slices should still be connected at this top point. We want to braid the salmon gently together by taking the right strip and move it to the middle. Next, move the left strip over the middle strip to become the new middle, and just continue this, moving the new right across the middle and then moving the new left strip across the middle until the salmon is completely braided. Now, in a large oven-safe baking dish, we want to add in our discs of yellow onion, followed by our sliced lemon as well, to the bottom of this dish. Here we want to carefully place the braided salmon on top of the onion and lemon slices, ensuring the end of the braid is tucked in tightly. Now let's pour on that glaze, brushing the salmon with most of the glaze, but you do want to reserve about a 1/4 portion of it for later on in the recipe. But with the glaze that we did add, we want to aim for brushing all the sides and creases of the salmon. We're going to need 1 more lemon that we're going to create first lemon slices by slicing along the length of the lemon. And then you want to double back with your knife and cut those slices in half to create wedges that we're going to use for garnishment on this braided salmon. I like placing those lemon wedges into the creases of our braid. Try to place them as evenly distributed as possible. I like adding some extra ones on the side as well. How you ultimately garnish this is up to you. We're going to transfer this to the oven and bake this for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or until the internal temperature of the salmon reaches about 125 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit for a medium cook. You can use an oven-safe thermometer to check the process as it cooks. And while that's baking, in a small bowl, you want to whisk together the lemon zest we created earlier with about 2 tablespoons worth of walnuts, 2 tablespoons of the chopped parsley, as well as a dash or 2 of salt. Mixing those together until they're well combined. This will create a garnishment for our salmon. I like the flavor of walnuts better, but feel free to use pecans as well. So after that time is up, we're going to remove our braided salmon from the oven and turn on the broiler to 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius. Brush on the remaining quarter portion of our glaze to the salmon, and then you want to return the salmon to the oven at least 6 inches away from the broiler and allow this to broil for only 1 to 2 minutes or until the top has a light golden finish. Removing that from the oven again, we just want to sprinkle on our prepared garnishment, spreading that on as evenly as possible along the length of the braided salmon. And with those final touches, this braided glazed salmon is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made this incredible dish right at home. I'm telling you all, you have to try making this at home. You will not be disappointed. This is one of my favorite fish recipes. It's really easy to make, and I cannot stress enough how delicious this is. You'll know when you try it at home. You want to serve this alongside your favorite vegetables and starch for a complete meal. But taking a fork to the salmon, you can see, number one, how tender it is, and then I'm telling you, each bite melts in your mouth. This is a 10 out of 10 recipe. Let me know when you try it at home, and when you do, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make this braided salmon recipe. And if you did, be sure to smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button too to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you think someone else will enjoy this recipe just as much as you did, feel free to share this with all of your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where we start our December trend of nothing but great desserts, my triple chocolate mousse cake. If you're a chocolate lover, this is your go-to dessert. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to see more recipes just like this one. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.